All right, Shalom. Kahalayimla, Yahweh Bashim, El Shah Bashim, Kakodash, Dabanas to the apostles and to the elders of Great Millstone, rule and teach well. Much peace, love, and salutation to all the brothers from this work in truth and sincerity. Shalom. This is the brother Patah back again through the Spirit with another lesson. Lord willing, you be edifying. The title of this video is going to be entitled, We Are the True Peacemakers. You know, and the reason why I got that lesson was inspired from this precept in John 5 and 9, when Yahushua was teaching his disciples. And I wanted to focus on this specific point because Esau, he claims that they the children of God. They claims that they the ones that the Lord is dealing with, but they do not stand for peace. And I'm going to get some precepts to back it up, and Lord willing, it'll be edifying. This is Matthew 5 and 9 in the NLT. Then I'm going to read it in the KJV. It says, God, the Most High blesses those who work for peace. And that's what Israel is going to establish in the earth. It's going to be a land, it's going to be peaceful in the land, you know. There's not going to be any more wars, and the scriptures tell you that, you know. Not going to be no wars in our kingdom. We're going to rule in peace. Hold on. I forget exactly what the scripture says. Oh, I remember. The Wadi Habashim El Shah. Isaiah chapter 2 verse 4, it says, and he shall judge among the nations and shall rebuke many people, which is talking about Yahweh Shem Shah, and they shall beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks. Nation shall not lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore. So when Yahweh Shai establishes his kingdom, the nations are not going to learn war anymore. This is Matthew chapter 5 verse 10 in the NLT, in the KJV. You know, I'm slucky. I got to finish verse 10 in the NLT. Verse 9, I'm sorry. It says, the Most High blesses those who work for peace, for they will be called the children of God. Now let's read KJV. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. So, Esau is not a peacemaker. When you go to that word peacemaker, it's the Greek word is
Strong's G 1518. Arena poyas. Arena poyas.
For some reason I couldn't really hear it that well, but it says a peacemaker, pacific, loving peace, peaceable peacemaker, very plain and simple. Pacific. So Israel is going to be the ones that's going to establish peace in the earth. Let's get a few precepts on that. I know it's one in the book of Psalms, because it was speaking about, because one thing about King Solomon, which was Yahushua in the spirit, when he was reigning, there was 40 years of peace. That's just a foreshadow of what's to come when Yahushua finally establishes his kingdom. This is the book of Psalm 72 and 1. This is a psalm for Solomon, which is Solomon in the spirit is Yahushua. So it's a psalm for Yahushua. It says, to give the king thy judgments, O power, and thy righteousness unto the king's son. He shall judge thy people with righteousness, and thy poor with judgment. And Yahushua is King Solomon. It says, the mountains shall bring peace to the people. Government. Mountains represents government. So there's going to be a government of peace. It says, the mountains shall bring peace to thy people, and the hills by righteousness, which the hills are smaller denominations of governments. Verse 4, he shall judge the poor of the people. He shall save the children of the needy, and shall break in pieces the oppressor. So Yahweh Shai, when did Yahweh was? Wait a minute now. You got to ask yourself this question: who was the oppressor around the time when King Solomon was they being oppressed around that time? No, they wasn't. So how is King Solomon gonna break in pieces the oppressor? Because it's really talking about Yahweh Shai when he returns. That right there shows that King Solomon was Yahweh Shai. Verse 5, it says, they shall fear thee as long as the sun and moon endureth throughout all generations. Now, how are they gonna fear King Solomon when he died a long time ago? That's a question you should ask yourself. I'm gonna jump down to verse 4, which is the point. It says, in his days shall the righteous flourish, and the abundance of peace, so long as the moon endureth. Now, how long does the moon endure? Forever. And whose kingdom is gonna last forever? Yahweh Shai's kingdom. That right there gives you an indication that it's not talking about, just some regular king. It's talking about a great king, Yahweh Shai, who was the son of David, because he's directly of the lineage of David. Okay, Matthew 5:9. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of the Most High. So the real children of the Lord are the Israelites, and it's not you Edomites, because y'all was given the great sword to take peace away from the earth. This is the book of Revelation 6:4. I'm gonna start at 3. It says, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard a second beast say, come and see. And there went out another horse. The horse represents power, that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And that's what you see, because Esau is ruling. Peace have been taken away from the earth. People are warring and killing each other and doing this, that, and the third to each other, man. All because of Esau. This devil he was set up to do what he's doing. He was set up to be the wicked of the earth. It says, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword, which is talking about the gun. The gun, the nukes. Those are examples of swords. The Lord Yahweh Shai blessed Esau with the sword, and he took peace away from the earth. Is there peace in the earth right now? No. Right now, as we speak, there's a war going on. And if you look up on Google, you can Google it. You look up on Google, how long has America been at peace? It's not a very long time, because just like the first Roman Empire, one of the reasons why the old Roman Empire fell is because of never-ending wars. They had to, keep devaluing the money in order to fund all of these wars that they was getting themselves into. Never-ending wars. And what you have today, the so-called military-industrial complex. America has hundreds of bases in hundreds of different countries, man. That they got to keep that war machine going, because that's Esau's power. He lives by the sword. And guess what? You live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. And that's what the Lord is going to take you devils out. Esau going to die by the sword. That's how he lives. He's going to die like that. So that right there lets you know that red horse, the red goes back to the Hebrew word Adawam, which means Edom, which means red. Adawam, Edom, it means red. So that describes you devils, man. You are the devil, which the word devil means slanderer, accuser. That's what you are. And that's your whole identity. That's why we call you the devil, because that's what you are. You're the seed of Satan. So Yahweh Shai is going to establish peace on the earth. So the real children of the Most High, which are that's what the word Yasha'Allah means. Yah means he, Shar means prince. Prince is a what? Son of a king. Allah means power. He's a prince of the power. So that's directly talking about Israelites. It's not talking about nobody else, only Israel. So the real sons of the God are gonna be all for peace, and that's exactly what Jacob is gonna establish in the earth. Because we just want to be at peace, man. We want to rest, man. We want to rest. It's like, yeah. We want some shalom, peace, man. Shalom. But see, one thing Esau do, how he killed so many of our people, the Gadites, is because he would use peace as a cover. Then he'd take out the sword and stab you in your back. This is the book of Psalms 55 in verse 20. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant, which example of that is what happened between the Native Americans and Esau. He broke every last one of his peace treaties that he signed with them. He broke his covenant. Let's read that in NLT. It says, verse 20 says, as for my companion, he betrayed his friends, he broken his promises. And that's exactly what Esau did. He broke his promises. If you say you're gonna do something, you gotta keep your word, man. But see, Esau, he's the devil. He used that to trick him to let their guard down, and that's when he takes the sword and kills him. That's why this devil gotta go. It says the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. Which example of that is Cristobal Colon. You know, war was in his heart when he seen, this land and coveted after it, man. And all of these different explorers colonizing, killing people, and just taking the land and claim that they found it and naming the land after them. But the scripture says, the memory of the wicked shall be blotted out. It says, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawing swords. Let's read that in NLT, verse 21. It says, his words are as smooth as butter, but in his heart is war. And that's all these devils think about. War, war, war. His words are as soothing as lotion, but underneath are daggers. That's the mentality of these devils, man. Like the scripture says, it was talking about Antiochus Epiphanes, but it says by peace he shall destroy many. And that's exactly what Esau do. He say he had peace with you, but he really wants to destroy you. But he say he had peace with you, but then his actions say otherwise, basically, just like example of that is in the scriptures in the Apocrypha. Let me get that example. And we know that the Greeks were nothing but Edomites. Let's show you an example of what they did. This is the book of 1 Maccabees 1 and verse 29. It says, and after 2 full years expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute. So basically, he sent his tax collectors to it says, unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude. Now that if you see somebody coming with a great multitude, now that should make you wonder, keep your eyes open, so to speak. Verse 30, and spake peaceable words unto them. So he's speaking peaceable words, but he came with a multitude of army. It says, hold on. It says, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. That's why the scriptures tell us never trust the enemy. Never trust thine enemy. Now let's look up that word credence. The word credence means belief, trust in facts derived from other than personal knowledge. So they believed what he was saying. To believe, trust, they trusted him. And guess what he did? Turned around and stabbed him in the back. That's how the devil operates. Now this was the Greeks that did that. The same people are here today. These Edomites. The Greeks were numbered Edomites, man. Just so were the Romans. There was Edomites too. So the bottom line is this. Esau is not a peaceable people. So don't expect Esau to be wanting peace. He's all for war. But Jacob, we are the ones that are gonna establish peace in the earth, and everybody is gonna rest in Israel. You know, Israelites are gonna rest. You heathens, y'all going into slavery. Y'all ain't getting no fucking rest. Y'all gonna work sun up to sun fucking down if we want you to, man. You know. So I just wanted to do a quick lesson concerning who are the real children of the Lord and who are the real peacemakers. Because, man, after a certain point, man, you just be like, man, what's the fucking point of all this shit? What's the point of all this war? But this devil just can't stop, man. He can't stop. He can't stop. He won't stop. That's why Yahushua gotta make him stop. You know, and he's gonna do that when he take his ass out of power. And we ain't gonna have to deal with this devil's bullshit no fucking more. So with that, Lord willing, this lesson was quick and edifying through the Spirit. I'm going to close it out by giving all praises and glory to the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahushua B'Hashem, Rakaha Kodash, double honors to the apostles and the elders of great millstone who really teach well. Let's peace, love, and salutations to all the brothers doing some work in truth and in sincerity. I want to say Shalom, Kwam Yasha Allah, Wa Abba Baba, Wa Abba Adawam. Shalom.